You're watching Wisconsin Eye, an independent, nonprofit public affairs network, engaging the citizens of Wisconsin since 2007 through access to government proceedings and public policy events.
Exactly what happened today, and that is Governor Evers signed the Republican-written state budget. Once again, Republicans are leading. The legislature have led the way, sent Governor Evers a common-sense budget that invests in priorities and puts money back in the hands of families of Wisconsin. Personally, I find it laughable and hypocritical that just 6 months ago, when Governor Evers introduced his budget and he proposed an over $1 billion tax increase, he was given the opportunity to lead and propose tax cuts for the hardworking families of Wisconsin, and he failed. Well, the governor today takes credit for the historic tax cut that the Republican legislature delivered to his desk. He still couldn't resist keeping more money for government. He vetoes the updates to the tax withholding tables that takes money out of people's paychecks and keeps it instead with the government. This is a $700 million impact in this budget, and this means every month the paychecks of the hardworking families of the people of Wisconsin is less because of the governor's actions today. He also continues to fail in long-term funding solutions for transportation by vetoing more money for our roads in the ongoing GPR transfer, leaving the transportation funding future in jeopardy and not supporting the needs of our state's infrastructure. At the end of the day, we're pleased the governor was forced to sign a reasonable, responsible, and realistic budget. This was an opportunity he couldn't pass up. I'm proud of the work my Republican colleagues and I did to get it to his desk. With that, I can take your questions.
On the withholding tables, I mean, how much does it really matter? Because you're going to get the taxpayers are going to get that money back eventually, right? I mean, they'll get it in a refund at some point. So
why it matters is it's not his money; it's the taxpayers' money, and he's taking it, and he's taking it for free, a loan, no interest, and sitting on it when it's the people of Wisconsin's money. Return it to them. That's just good tax policy. It's better for our gap deficit to do that as well. And so it's the right thing to do. It's something that normally the Department of Revenue does routinely when there's been tax changes. And that's part of why we include it in the budget. It's the people's money. Just give it back to them. It's not that difficult.
About the $1 billion that he proposed in tax increases, that was before we saw the $4.4 billion additional revenue that LP found because of ARPA being signed and COVID things looking better. So is it hard to compare this budget to his because he didn't have $4.4 extra billion to play with you guys did?
We had an over $2 billion surplus already at the start of the budget. Plus, this is just the way he has been with two budgets now. This is history. He introduces budgets that raise taxes. We send him back budgets that cut taxes because we know that's best. We've been doing that for the 5 budgets I've been here, for a decade of Republican leadership in the legislature cutting taxes. This isn't how this governor has operated in 2 consecutive budgets now.
Did you guys make the re-election easier today?
I think those are things that will be decided down the road. We put forward a good budget today and forced the governor to sign it. The Republicans are leading.
You said you're going to veto the personal property tax bill. Are you guys interested in going back to work out some kind of compromise? Well, the money is still there in the budget. The Trailer bill is not. Or will take at some point. Are you guys interested in working out some kind of compromise legislation?
I think that the legislature has been interested in getting rid of the personal property tax for a couple of decades. I'm sure we'll be continued to be interested in that. I don't know what the governor means by compromise. If it's not accomplishing the actual goal, then no, we wouldn't be interested. But I'm sure we'll see legislation either later in this session or in future sessions to continue to get rid of that antiquated tax.
What do you guys think that will impact people the most to start off? I know that there were a lot of things that the governor did keep in the budget you offered. What are some of those highlights?
Yeah, this is a great budget that we've led on to invest in priorities. There's major investments in healthcare, local roads. Those impact people throughout Wisconsin. The tax cut obviously impacts folks. That's why we put such a large tax cut in this Republican-written budget, because it sends money back to the people it belongs to, the taxpayers. So a lot of good things in here that will impact people. That's why we focused on investing in priorities and sending money back to the taxpayers.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
This program is a production of Wisconsin Eye, an independent, nonpartisan, nonprofit media network with a mission to inform, educate, and engage the citizens of Wisconsin. Wisconsin Eye is the nation's first and only independently funded state civics broadcast network, providing gavel-to-gavel access to government proceedings and events at the state capitol.